Are you guys going into this guy's room?
Yeah, I want to loot his body too.
Heck
if
yeah.
you've done that.
He's got a really quick restart on his computer, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's what solid states are for.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah.
I got like 5 of them.
Damn.
Yeah, that didn't take
Why?
any time at all.
I want to boot Steam games as fast as I fucking can.
Yeah,
Oh
fair
my
enough.
god, that's so expensive.
Dude, I have over
He's got money.
$400,000.
All right, well,
Okay,
Clearly,
well, that's fair.
there you go.
Yeah.
He's got the cashola, so that's
For
why
real.
I'm like, okay, do you, boo, you know?
Yeah. SSDs are actually so much cheaper now. Sorry, I'm getting off.
Oh,
track.
you're okay. Do you guys want to go? You guys said you're gonna loot his body, correct?
Yeah, I did. I don't know if they want to loot it with me.
Go for it, man.
Yeah,
Oh shit, I have to fucking log in again. God
trust
damn
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'm tracking this kobold.
You're getting quick.
Well, the kobold's in his chambers.
Yeah, I followed him that whole way.
All right,
So
so I'm gonna come down
Thal,
and also loot the body.
As you investigate the body, Thal, you're like, it's just robes. That's all you have is you just see robes.
Guys, I want his robes.
Very bloody rolls.
I want them.
Is that it?
Titus did cast guidance.
On Tinklepot.
So I got a 13.
So you'll notice, like, on his hip, there is a bag there.
I would like to open it up.
Strangely enough, the bag seems empty.
What about the ruby? Is that visible on him
It's
anywhere?
not visible. But if you reach your hand in there, you might be able to see if you can pull something out from
Yeah,
it.
can I investigate the bag, see if there's any...
When you look inside of it, there really doesn't look like there's anything there, though.
Alright, well let's
So,
reach my hand on it then, I guess.
yeah, go for it.
So what are you trying to pull out of it?
The ruby?
Million gold.
When you reach your hand into the bag and you think, oh, I'm going to take some rubies out, you take 5 rubies out worth 100 gold.
Oh my
apiece.
god.
Can I reach into the bag and take out weed?
I don't know if he partook, but yeah, I would have to. I'll
So
make you roll
it's not
for
like
it.
a magical bag?
It is a magical bag, but not the kind you're thinking of, though.
Aw, damn.
I would like to reach my hand in it again. Who doesn't have a magical weapon right now? What do you...
I mean, Titus
I
doesn't
would-
have a weapon, but he has that armor.
Okay. I'll just try and pull out a staff or something. Think of staff.
You don't feel anything in there. Nothing comes out from that.
What about
Can I put one of my...
amulet? No, what about an amulet? Try an amulet. Jewelry. Jewelry.
Well, he already pulled out like 5 rubies, though.
Yeah, that's rubies though. That's just raw stones. Stones, you know, unfinished and unpolished and like not set.
What do you want to try to pull out from it?
Amulets.
All right, so you reach into the bag and you try to pull out an amulet. You do get your hand around something, and it pulls up like this antique, like brooch-like amulet. You're kind of like, and it's elvish made.
Ah, shit.
Does anyone have detect magic or anything?
I was gonna take it.
So John knows what this is. Can Titus do some sort of like investigation check on the bag?
Yeah, I'm not. If you got experience, Rick, like in my D&D thing, I don't think it's like metagaming. Because I mean, clearly there's a lot of magic in the world, and you guys are going to hear rumors and legends. So if you know what it is, if you take a guess, I'll let you know.
So I let everyone know this is a bag of holding.
That's correct.
Basically, the way the bag works is you can put things in there, and then in order to draw them back out, you have to think of that thing that you remember putting in there, basically.
Is the kobold still within like sight? Like, can I run up to him real quick and ask him like what they've brought to him?
He's in the wizard's chambers.
Like, so can I just go up to him and ask?
I stick with Tinklepot because I know that bag's valuable, and I don't want him to throw it aside because he has no idea what it is.
As far as
you
anything
just
else that's
told
on
me,
the
so-
body, As far as anything else is on the body, though, you don't really notice anything out of the blue because his staff wasn't exactly magical. It just was his arcane focus, and he had like a really plain Jane like dagger, stuff like that. So
And nothing special about the robes? or
nothing
anything?
special
So-
about the robes. No.
Tinkle. That's everything that was in the bag.
Well,
Mhm.
We
There's
honestly
no
we
air.
don't
for
have
the
any
kobold in
idea
this.
because the way a bag of holding works is you have to like think about the thing as you grab to pull it out. So you don't really, unless there's some way of magically deciphering what's in there, we would have no idea.
So can I reach into the bag?
I mean, yeah, I'll
I-
just give it to Blast before I go up. Then if he wants to do stuff with it,
All right.
so I guess I'll come back. I'll give it to Blast, and then I'll come up and ask Kobold, if he remembers any particular items that that Doran would have had.
Let me check. I don't know if I remember.
I just want to shove my hand in it and think of pretty things.
I don't remember what exactly we give him, but he does take many shiny notes and stuff where he writes things down. If you reach in there and you're trying to think of shiny things, I mean, you're gonna pull out coins, stuff like that.
I want like, what if I just think of gems? Will I pull out like
Pull out
I know he pulled
coins,
out the
there's money.
rubies.
What's
But he
that?
was pulling- If I just say, if I just think of gems, because I know he pulled out rubies, but he was thinking of rubies,
Do you have anything specific in mind?
diamonds.
How about a pearl necklace there, Jimmy?
Oh
want one?
dear.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Three.
Oh dear.
So I gotta make a roll real quick here. So when you reach in and you think of diamonds, you pull out 2 diamonds that you may think may be worth 50 gold apiece. Now I'm not keeping track of this. You're gonna have to
I
write
am.
this stuff down.
Yeah, John's writing it down.
gold. Look for gold.
You may be able to check around the room too, because she didn't remember what exactly they've all brought, because they brought them so many
Let's
things.
just take the
but
bag
there
with
may be-
us.
Yeah, for real.
Definitely
Uh,
take the bag.
Yeah,
Like, let's
I'm
just
gonna
stuff
store
everything in the room with it.
I'm gonna ask
Right,
the
but we
Kobold
want to
again.
take
Store our
inventory
own
of it
shit,
so we
too.
know what it is.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
let's
ask the
do it.
Kobold. I'm gonna ask the Kobold again if he knows where the list is. That
Oh yes. I think he writes many notes over here because I've had to get ink for him.
All right, let's put the notes in the bag and leave.
I want to
literally what
I
I've
want
been
to
trying to do, and you guys
first,
are like,
yeah.
I'm gonna stick my hand in here more and
Right.
see what random objects I can pull
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, but if you notice the blood on the floor,
I'm gonna
There's
shove
no
my hand
blood
in there and think about blood.
Okay, we found the list.
Oh, yeah,
What's on the list there?
It's not really a list per se. It's more like a journal.
Okay, what can I find in the journal?
Well, if you open it up to the page there, it starts out as you read. It goes like this: As I step in my studies, as I have found this place, this amulet has brought me a miraculous amount of powers. It's been a great thing. I've been able to ward off these stupid advancing armies that I've seen outside. I've been able to scare people off, and I've been able to have these kobolds do my bidding. This tomb was a tomb that actually guarded a ancient elven king. I've amassed some riches here that I could use to further my studies. So in my time, I actually have acquired this bag, which allows me to keep things in here, so that way the pesky little bastards don't actually try to rob me blind. So basically, for the just to let everybody know, the bag holds about 1,000 gold's worth of gems. So that can be whatever you want. And that's really about it as far as that goes. But there are some things in the bag as well that he held on to for himself that were some pretty cool items.
is there a limit to how much we can stuff in there?
I do believe it's 500 pounds.
Yeah, technically there's a
Ooh.
limit, but unless you're ridiculous, you don't reach it.
Is there a way to know how much is in there? Like how much weight? Is
Well, I
in there?
mean, whatever
Well, that's what this
1,000
list is.
1,000 gold pieces worth of gems would be. So that
Hey.
that's in there for sure.
Just put me in there.
It's a
Yeah.
small thing there.
So I would not do that. The bag is technically a portal to another dimension. You may not survive the trip.
Oh, I don't want to
Yeah, okay,
go.
we all
yeah,
gotta
you could
go
try.
now. We
Okay.
all gotta go.
You
guys,
might
come
all
on.
die.
All right, screw this dimension. I'm going to a different one.
Yeah, man.
Throw
Yeah,
the rat in.
Yeah, throw
Oh.
the fucker in.
I'm okay with throwing the rat
No,
Yeah.
If you want to try to put the rat in, I'm not
no,
gonna
fuck
stop
that,
you.
fuck
Jimmy,
that.
go for it.
I'm running away.
Just dip.
Jimmy,
Let's
take
roll
the rat.
around.
in. Do I get an attack of opportunity?
What the fuck?
Yo, hold. I cast sleep on him.
No,
Oh
I'm
my
sprinting
God.
the fuck away.
Did you really cast sleep on him?
I don't know. Should I, guys?
Yes.
No, it's not. No, no, no.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
Was
Was
Mom
there,
just
so there
going
was
in the
nothing
bag?
on this
Yeah.
list that, or on this journal that let us know specifically what's in the bag, other than 1,000 gold pieces worth of
Yeah,
gems.
I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it.
He's trying to get there, and we keep distracting him with nonsense.
I'm gonna cast sleep because I have to keep switching back to my page, getting ready to go. Okay, you need to roll the dice for how many hit points it's gonna
Nah,
take. to
ignore
knock
that
him
shit.
down.
What
Did
else
the
is in
did the
here?
kobold find any traps in here, by the way?
Oh no. I mean, this wizard was really, clearly very arrogant in his abilities, including the DM being very arrogant that you guys could kill him that quickly. So, we learn. So as you go into the as you look through the list of things he says he keeps in his bag, he has a couple of things that he keeps for himself because he does have to travel quite a bit. So in the bag there will be a broom of flying.
That's
Why?
cool.
This is a wooden broom that weighs 3 pounds. It functions like a regular old broom until you stand astride it and speak its command word. In this case, it could be whatever. It then hovers beneath you and can be ridden in the air. It has a flying speed of 50 feet, and it can carry up to 400 pounds. But its flying speed becomes 30 feet while carrying over 200. The broom stops hovering when you land. You can send the broom to travel alone to a destination within a mile of you if you speak the command word, name the location, and are familiar with that place. The broom comes back to you when you speak another command word, provided the broom is still within 1 mile.
Okay, so I'm never gonna get
Can
on
we
it.
roll
I
for
grab
that?
I grab the broom and I give it to Tinklepot.
Yes.
No, fuck that. I want that broom. I'm a
Yeah,
wizard.
we should do a roll for
I'm a
that.
fucking
There's-
sorcerer.
Give it to me. It's mine.
I give
There's
it to
more.
Tinklepot already.
There's more stuff. There's more stuff. Jeez.
Yo, I'm a wizard.
Hold on. Jeez. God, like a bunch of girls
I
trying
weigh
to
500
clamor
pounds
over a
on
thing.
That's the coolest.
It maxes out at 400.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think aren't you over 400 pounds anyway?
I'm over 500 pounds.
Right.
It's kind of what I thought. You're kind of
Only
hosed
so
in that
it should
regard.
go to one of our ranged players, and I just chose one at random. So what's next? What else is in there?
Woo!
Well, let's see. Feel like Family Feud. I'm handing out all the goodies right now.
Do I have to figure out what the command word is since this dude had it this whole time, or do I
If
just know
you
it?
spend enough time with it, I'll just use an attunement rule.
So
You can-
usually
you
that
can
would be
figure
like a
it out.
shorter long rest. You'd figure it out.
You also find in there a stone of good luck. While this polished agate is in your person, you gain a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws.
Ooh.
Let's write that down. I'm not going to remember.
So who wants that stone?
I want it. What's the stone do?
Gives you a plus.
So since nobody else claimed it, it's yours.
All right.
I
Alright.
want it. What does it do?
Too late.
mean-
yeah.
I want it, but I figure I'll see if anyone else wants it first.
What's too
Right.
late?
I
You
mean,
didn't
everybody
claim
can
it.
benefit from it. So I'll give it
Yeah.
to Blast. That's fine.
All right, claimed. What's it do?
-1 to everything.
All right.
Bad luck stone.
I give it to
No,
the
so it was
kobold.
a +1 to ability checks
I
and
give it
saving
to the
throws, right?
kobold.
That's
Alright, so
really
it's a
good.
+1 to all
if you,
ability checks and saving throws.
And saving throws. Yeah, it's very nice actually.
That's real
And
good, yeah.
It's just a stone, just like a normal little agate. Nobody would know
I
anything about it.
before I hand it to him, I say, "Please don't throw this away," and then I give it to him.
So all you have to do is just tell him it's magic. And
it's
he'll
it's
understand.
magic, but don't throw it. Yeah.
All right, I want to cast.
Oh wait, I have my
Prestidigitation on
own
it.
pet mouse.
Okay, you
It'll
cast
make it
prestidigitation.
really shiny.
Yeah.
Makes it super shiny.
All right, it's super shiny.
There you go. All right, is there anything else special in there?
I am looking.
Sorry,
digging,
man.
digging,
Sorry.
digging. I had something cool, but then I just lost it.
I just found out I had a pet mouse.
Yeah, you've had one for a while, if I do remember
Yep,
correctly.
I had one since I started.
And now Tall Shanks has a rat. Hilarious.
Hey. I'm putting the mouse on my shoulder.
I wanted the broom so bad, so I could put the rat on the broom and then throw the broom to Dak. Only reason I wanted it. So these heathens don't kill it.
I mean, yeah, if it's your pet, I mean, you can keep it if you want. I do find it funny that you react really heavily over this rat, and you got a magic ring earlier. I think that's pretty funny.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's what the character would do, that makes it even better, so that makes it funny to me.
Right.
The halfling. He loves it.
Because it's shorter than him.
Yep.
Oh, possibly, yeah.
You're shorter than him, most likely.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I
Does that
can't
mean more
remember. How
friends?
tall did we end up making Tall Shanks? Is he... I knew we were saying he was going to be taller than the
He's
typical...
like 3'8".
Ooh, you got me by
Yeah.
4 inches.
Yeah, because that'd be pretty tall for a halfling, actually. They normally range around 3 foot, if I do remember correctly.
And then
Yeah, I had this side
Tinklepot,
up here.
he's what, like 3'3"
3'4".
and 100 pounds, right?
Yeah, he's a little
Yep.
portly little.
Yeah, he's
little
I'm a-
bastard.
he's
I'm
the
a
fattest
45
gnome
pounds.
there's ever been. Yeah. It's amazing. I love it.
But now I can move, what was it, 60 feet?
So Grady, let me see if it's in here. Hang on.
I wrote it down, don't worry about it. 50 feet.
Okay. So
I gotta
if you
take out my arrows.
if you just search in the SRD here, you know, under the eyeball or the eye token there, if you search Broom of Flying, it's in roll 20
Yeah, I did.
here. Okay. Okay, cool.
Okay, fuck it. I'll homebrew it because I had it and I lost it. So in
Sorry.
there also, no, you're okay. It's not a big deal. There was because I saw it and I was like, this is cool. But in there you'll see that there's he also had a onyx raven. So basically, what this does is the raven can be used twice a day. It is like a familiar. Basically, it can stay out for I don't know. We'll homebrew that. But it can be what it can be used for is it can be used to send messages with. It's like a familiar
Okay.
kind of thing. Dristu Warden's panther, but raven. If that makes any sense.
So what all does it do? Is it just for like sending messages or?
Well, it's like a familiar, so you can use it you'll be able to see through its eyes. Okay.
So basically, whoever has it can essentially cast the Find Familiar spell,
Mhm.
and that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, and you can send it to, and also like you can use it to send a 25-word message.
Okay. You can see through its eyes, hear what it hears, all that sort of thing. So it's a good
Mhm.
scout. I think I want to give that to Tall Shanks.
I'm gonna get it familiar, I think, next level.
I give it to you for now, and if you no longer need it, you can give it to somebody else. But I mean, you are our scout. Like, I don't know who else would benefit more from it than you.
Okay.
I think that's it. I think because you
Sweet.
got a
But
lot
I
of
can-
money.
yeah, as long as I can give it to somebody. Cause
Yeah, I mean that's fine. Like, you can give it to anybody else when you're done with it. But for right now, at least in game, Titus sees you and thinks of you immediately and gives it to you.
So
You
it's
can
a
do whatever
stone
you want to
raven,
with it.
Onyx.
and it can just fly somewhere.
It basically, when you call its name, which you can name it whatever you want, it'll transform from its onyx state into a black raven. What it'll do is it'll work like a familiar will, so you'll be able to see through its eyes, and then you can use it to also send messages up to 25 words. But after a 12-hour use, it has to go back into its onyx state, and you can't use it again for 48 hours.
You want to send a message for me?
Okay.
Are we counting blowjob as 1 or 2 words?
I have no idea. I was thinking about that the other day randomly in my fever dreams.
You
But I
were
was like-
randomly thinking about blowjobs?
No, I was thinking about, because it reminded me of Bryn, and I'm like, how would a woman feasibly take a 17-inch pecker without it destroying her uterus?
You're gonna have to figure that one
What's
out.
her
Is my note
constitution?
section?
Well, we do have the bag.
I can put it in the
Can I
bag
just
of
keep
holding.
putting shit in there?
Yeah, the bag's yours.
Do you guys want me to carry the bag of holding? So I can carry a lot.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who carries it. I mean, you guys can use it to store all your stuff in.
Honestly, being the like appointed treasurer, I would probably carry it unless someone really wants to. But then you
No.
probably should take down what the party loot is.
You could put your extra axe in there, since if you don't want to carry 2 axes.
Yeah,
at the same
like
time.
I'll put
Oh, yeah.
whatever in here. Like
You could also use it to put in the old chainmail that Titus had as well.
yeah, so I'll put in my chainmail. I'll put in your great axe.
And just make a note that you got like 1,000 gold worth of gems in there, so you got shiny things that you can give to Bryn.
I'll put
Yeah.
in I'll put in Finn's longsword. Is there anything else that we don't need that we're just throwing in here? Nope. Okay, cool.
So Murgle will just be like, I did good, yeah, I did good, yes.
Yes.
I kind
Yes.
of ignore her, but give her like a quick nod before I turn away and ignore.
Okay, we free now, but I'll go ahead and go. My people no hurt you, okay? You being not real nice to us. Maybe someday we smoke more weed together, yes?
Oh, hey, little woman. How do we
Yes,
get
yes.
out of here to the other side?
Go down hall. It may take a long time, but eventually you'll go up and come to cavern mouth. The daylight hurts my eyes. I can't go there.
And we'll meet no danger.
Hurts my eye.
No, all the undead gone. The ghost man said they gone.
I'll remember you if we do.
Oh, yes. My people will sing praises to magic gnome and magic beardless dwarf man and big shiny
well,
axe man.
We call ourselves Thel.
No,
Our
no.
group is
I'm gonna
called
say
I stop him and I give him our real name of Volknot.
I'm gonna say I'm Tinklepot and I'm gonna stick out my hand for like a handshake.
And she just gingerly licks your hand and goes and then
I'm good on that. I just walk out.
This bitch is
And then there's
trifling, I'm
like-
out.
like that's towards the exit. So and then all of a sudden, as you guys are getting ready to go, 20 like other kobolds start coming out and dancing around her, and they're going, Volknut, set us free. Volknut, tee hee hee. As you guys
I
start
also
walking
like
down the path.
as we're leaving, I do put in a quick word that we're from the local town, and it would be appreciated if there could be some sort of like familiarity and friendship between us and them, especially you know, we know there's something scary coming. You know, we would love to be able to count on them if anything attacks the town.
Oh, they're not gonna do anything to harm you guys. They love you, so she's gonna do
No,
whatever
but
you
like,
say.
I mean, I want to like put in a good word of you'll be on our side, right? That sort of thing.
Oh yes, we do whatever. We brave. And she, slams her, her fist to her chest, and they all pick up these really shitty looking spears. Go, we brave, we brave, we
And
brave.
I look at her as we're leaving and I say, I'll remember that. Hopefully we will not need to, but we will call on you if the time comes.
They'll be cool with that. They'll be cool with that.
Alright, we leave, I assume.
I need different music now, so
I need to go to
I'll
bed.
let. Okay, so he's out, so that's fine. We won't kill you. You did good, but we'll just play you like NPC style.
I still have control of his character, so I'll make sure he doesn't die.
I accidentally killed the game there on my end. Good night, Blast. Thanks for playing.
Thanks,
Bye,
man.
Blast.
So, big man, you want to send a message?
No, I think I'll just surprise her.
So you guys have been probably in the cavern for probably almost a full day now. Okay, so just to kind of give you a little bit more from the story, and it's probably going to take you another half a day's journey to find the exit. Which, I'm not really going to put anything in there just yet. So while you guys are talking, you guys can experiment with the things that you may have, or if you guys want to talk amongst each other, you can. Stuff like that. Or if you want to, and just as the DM, there is no more danger in this area. You guys had essentially cleared it out.
You guys want to
So
take a rest?
is it dawn?
I think, yeah,
It'd
I mean,
probably
I
be
think
late
we,
evening.
I think we travel the rest of the night, take a long rest.
So we
and
would
keep
have
going
gone
towards
through dawn then, huh?
the orcish noises we heard. Do we take a long rest successfully, or do we need to set watch, make checks?
You
all
won't
that
need to
stuff?
set a watch in here
Okay.
because, like I said, there's no more danger. There's nothing in here that's going to hurt you.
Okay, so
You've
as
essentially cleared it.
I assume we
got
essentially
kobolds.
go ahead and take that long rest and keep moving forward. So hit points and spell slots back and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
You got
now
our
we go through
experience?
dawn, right?
Yeah.
What's that?
What XP did we get?
Well, definitely 2,700 for the wizard. So I'll have to look up the
I'll divide
skeletons
for
up.
you. No, you said you didn't want to include them, right?
We killed one of them.
Yeah, we'll include them. I mean,
That's-
just because they didn't die doesn't mean they weren't defeated.
That's
so
fine. The
it's-
wizard is 540 each. Does that level us? I think it does.
I don't know. You'll have to check. What
Yeah,
I'm looking
it
at.
does.
It does.
We have 390 right now. So that would bring us to
9:30.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. Shit, I just cleared off all my notes. God dang it. Hate it when I do that shit. Like, as much as you can prepare, you can still be human. So,
Right.
let's see. The skeletons are like a fourth, actually. So they're 50 a piece. So there was 6. So that would be 300 from the skeletons as well. So that would be divided by 5.
That's 60.
60. So 990.
So 990.
Pretty
is
sure
what-
that should put you at level 3, actually, then, right?
That does,
Yeah.
because level 3 is 900. So we're at 990.
Well, if you guys want to take the time, wow, I didn't intend for you to level this quickly, but hey, shit happens. So you want to take the time, you can level your characters here, and then we'll continue.
Alright, Steve, do you, can you take care of Blast for me?
I can, yeah.
Okay. And then...
So we roll for hit points?
It'll be your D10 plus your Constitution modifier. So roll a
Right.
D10 and add your if you have any Constitution mods.
And then Steve, did we decide that Finn is gaining XP like normal now? Or...
Yeah, he is
okay.
now. Mhm.
Okay, cool.
So he'd probably be the
So he's a level
equivalent
2
of
now.
level
Yep.
2. Yeah.
So I'm gonna
So
level
basically,
both of
if
them
you
for us.
level, he levels. Yeah, he's always going to be behind you for the sake of the story because I don't want him to
Yeah.
like surpass you.
Do you want him to take like half XP or anything? Like, because I mean, he is an NPC.
Is it necessary? I mean,
Man, I mean
don't,
that's totally
it doesn't
up
really
to
matter.
you. Like I
Like,
can
for me,
also
it
go
doesn't
with
matter.
I can also go with just the threshold rule to where he's exactly at level 2 right now.
That's
How
probably where I would go, just
Okay.
because it's going to be easier to manage.
Let me
just
do
all
that
of
for
our
us.
sakes.
Yeah.
how do I how do I find out how many spell slots I have again?
The player's handbook.
Player's handbook.
Yeah, like where?
Druid.
Druid.
Yeah, like it says first 4 and then second 2, so like I'd have 4 first level and 2 second level.
Yes.
But like how many would I be able to use?
Oh, gotcha. So that's how many slots you have. So you can use
Yeah,
4 first
I
level
said
and
spell
2
slots.
second level. That's your spell
Oh!
slots. If you're asking how many you can prepare,
Then yes, that.
then you, if you go under preparing and casting spells on the next page there, it says you prepare the list of druid spells that are available. When you do so, choose equal to your wisdom plus druid level. So your wisdom modifier, which I think is 3, and your druid level, which is also 3, so 6 total that you can prepare. And then you can cast 4 first level and 2 second level.
Okay, thank you.
Does that make sense? Okay. So you probably want to choose at least 1 second level spell, but you can also cast your second level at 1 level higher sorry, your first level at 1 level higher, making it a second level spell.
Gotcha.
Ryan, did you find you a copy of the player's handbook?
Yes, I'm reading it now.
So you'll get the choice either of going Beastmaster or the
Hunter.
other one. So from what I understand, I mean, you can play it how you want. I've heard Beastmasters aren't that great, but I've heard the Hunters are the OP. But you'll just have to play it and just figure out what you want to do. That's the best advice I can give you: is play what will make you happy.
Right.
But that's just my own opinion there.
Beastmaster can be fun, but they are like the weaker of the two. It's whatever you want to do though.
I mean, with him being melee though, would it matter?
Probably not a ton, but it's, it's whatevs.
I think Beastmaster's dope.
Yeah, do it then. Do it.
So sorcerers get 2 level spells, or they get to learn they get 2 level or second levels.
Right.
Can you imagine Blast Hard Cheese with the suggestion spell?
Yeah, he should definitely have that. He'll come up with a great use for it. I mean, 110% give that to him.
So
I'd like to cast Prestidigitation.
how do I get my familiar?
That I do not know. I'd assume
At
there's
3rd level, you gain a beast companion. Accompanies you on your adventures and is trained to fight alongside of you. Choose a beast that is no larger than medium. It has a challenge rating of 1 to 4. Just choose a beast. Doesn't say anything about summoning or finding or anything like that. Just choose a beast.
No, so they are not a familiar. A familiar would be like a
It
magical
says Ranger's
apparition.
Companion.
Right. So
be like from the Monsters Manual, actually. Then
yeah,
like
so
any-
like when a wizard casts Find Familiar, they're really like a spiritual being, like a fae or whatever that resembles whatever. This is a physical being, so it just stays with you. It's always there. Does that make
So
sense?
but I can't. So my Raven is a familiar then.
Right. So the stone.
So I
that
can have my
gave you-
companion and my Raven out.
Yeah. So I mean, it might still make
Dang.
sense to keep the stone.
Yeah, and I have my rat too.
so
I'm
what's
set.
it says a 4th? It has to be like a 4th.
Yeah, you choose a beast that is no larger than medium and has a challenge rating of 1/4.
That's
Or
like a
lower.
wolf or something. That's up to the
I'll
DM's
figure it out.
discretion. Because
I'll pull
I mean, Steve, honestly, since Beastmaster is the weaker, I know some DMs do fudge the 1/4.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea because that's kind of what I was thinking anyway. Because like a fourth, I mean, that's pretty.
It's basically a wolf or lower.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not.
So like you watch Critical Role too.
She's got a fucking
Trinket.
bear.
her bear is higher than it should be. Yeah, Trinket is higher than it should be, but who cares? Like it's totally up to the DM's discretion. Because in my opinion, roleplay is more fun. Choose the animal you like.
Can I use my Minotaur half of the skull to summon a Minotaur?
That would be like an intelligent humanoid, though. So no.
Are they?
That one. Yeah,
They're not
Minotaurs.
beasts?
No, they're not. They're literally like if you think Dragonlance, they're a race.
Oh, I thought just like Troll in the Labyrinth was their thing.
I
more
mean,
or
they're
less.
semi-intelligent.
Okay, no Minotaur companion.
Brown bears
Can my
CR1.
rat get some steroids?
Ew, no.
Just give it
Make
like 20
it
hit
a-
points.
Make it a Rattata.
I will officially veto that as
Give
I
me Eradicate, dog.
as I officially hate all vermin. So I will no.
Poor rat.
I didn't kill the rat myself, so we're good there. I hate that kind of shit, and I hate snakes too. No fucking snakes. Fuck that. No.
Well, how
Snake-
about I come along something, then I can try to get it.
As long as it makes sense, you can.
I
do
don't
it.
just
I
like
care.
summon out of nowhere, because that doesn't make any sense.
Hyena.
I gained this knowledge of killing this necromancer. Pet, where'd you come from? Thank you.
I mean, that's just kind of how this game works. The mechanics sometimes they're pretty black and white, but there's ways to introduce things into a story. Like I'm walking in the woods on our way here, and I hear something, and then you say, "I want my animal companion to be this," and you see something come out, and it just kind of like does a little dance, and all of a sudden you're best friends. You know, that kind of stuff.
I got you.
That's just how 5e is sometimes. The rules they're very black and white, but they're not like you can work with them and work around them. We can since it's a homebrew. It's not like John says. I don't think it's that big of a deal to have a different pet as long as it's not like what I would say overpowered.
A dragon.
I'm not able
And
to
her bear isn't overpowered by
change my level and stuff like that.
You should be able to. You have to do it all manually though, so you
I'm
have
trying
to up it. So when you go to your class, you'll go there, and then you'll see where your class ranger is, and you just click the up arrow.
And then it'll.
Then you'll
Okay.
be level 3.
Cool. Then we get stats at level 4.
You know, you'd have level 3 stats. You don't have any ability modifiers yet. You would increase your hit points, choose your subclass option, which for you is going to be Beastmaster, and then make those notations about that from there. It shouldn't be that hard for you. I don't know about your spells, though. I don't know if you get any extra spells or not. Let's see what other fun second level spells that blast hard cheese would use. I like how he gets off like as soon as we level or something, and then we have to do
Right.
Every time.
What the fuck?
Ooh.
Invisibility. That seems like a blast hard cheese. He's a coward, so yeah.
Pretty much.
So My channel divinity, because I'm taking my second level of cleric here. As a Tempest cleric, my channel divinity, when I roll lightning or thunder damage, I can use my channel divinity to just automatically roll max damage. That's kind of cool.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool.
Does it burn a slot?
Well, you can only use channel divinity once per long rest. Short rest? I don't know. One of the two. Hang on. Short rest.
And then he gets one level 2 wizard spell.
Where is like would the ranger spell list all be listed in the spell section?
Yeah, are
Yep.
you in a player's handbook?
Yes.
So at the very beginning of the spellcasting section, there are spells listed for each class.
Cool. Maybe chapter
So-
10.
Yeah. So they'll be divided up per class. Ranger will have a section, and you can choose from those on the list.
Should probably give him some kind of boom boom spell. Scorching Ray would be good. Seems to fit with his whole fire magic thing. And he hits a lot anyway when he rolls his spells, anywho.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think he's used Burning Hands once.
No, he's never close enough.
And he has technically Magic Missile, but now he has that staff. He could probably, like, if he wants to play around with it, he could probably swap those spells around if he wants to. I like where he's thinking with the staff, but the likelihood of that thing, like, that'd have to be like a 1 in 20 chance for it to actually, stop and explode. It'd have to roll a 1 if he throws it at something. That'd be weird. Could be Steve, but I am a fan of Scorching Ray.
I like it. I think it's a good spell.
He doesn't have a lot of damage spells. Most of them are pretty. I don't know. They're useful though.
And I get an extra spell slot as well, right? Like I'll have another cast.
Basically. If there should be on the player's handbook, it'll have the chart there, and it'll tell you like how many slots you'll have.
Yeah, okay. So at level 3, I get 3 first spell slots. So that means I can cast 3 spells per day?
Yeah, per long rest. I don't know if you should have some cantrips too, though, right?
No, I don't think.
I don't believe I do.
I
Oh, they
don't
don't get
think that
cantrips, oh,
rangers
wow.
get them. No.
But like I can cast like Cure Wounds 3 times or whatever 3 times. Cool.
Titus is done.
He's got a meta magic feat, so I think I'll do. I think I'll do careful spell.
Which one is that?
When you cast a spell that forces other creatures to make a saving throw, you can protect some of those creatures from the spell's full force. So basically, if he casts something like a fireball and you guys are all around, you know, he can not hurt you.
Yeah, that's fine. Just do it for now.
There's other ones in here too, but there's Quickened.
Just honestly, just
When
do
you
it for now.
cast a
He'll change it
spell.
later. Careful spell
Actually,
is a great spell. Or a great
Quickened's
thing.
really good though.
That's the one where
when
you
you
can
cast
cast
a
it as a
spell-
bonus action.
Yeah, when you cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action, you can spend 2 sorcery points to change the casting time to a bonus. So
Honestly,
basically, you can
if you
cast
don't
2
mind,
spells.
If you don't mind, just give him that one. That's more him. He's not gonna be
Quicken?
careful about shit. Yeah.
All right. Do we got like a 5-minute break?
Yeah,
I'm
go
all
ahead.
leveled up,
Take
ready to go.
Yeah, go ahead and take it. I gotta finish up Blast's character.
Okay. And are we resting for?
Yeah, you're gonna get
We
the
got a
effects
long
of
rest
long
also,
rest.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
Awesome.
all your
I'll
spell
be right
slots
back.
are back. Yeah. Fuck. Damn it, Finn got a lot of shit.
Seriously? What did I all get?
Fighting style, divine smite, and spellcasting.
Uh-oh.
I
Here
know,
we
right?
go. Here we go.
Yo, heat metal is pretty cool.
You might
I
want to take
think
that.
so. Finn's kind of a hothead, right?
Mhm.
I think he's gonna go with great weapon fighting and start wielding that long sword with 2 hands.
Up to you. He's all yours.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of feels more like him. Like, sure, Titus is the dueling type with the sword and board type, but I think Finn is too hot-headed for that. I think he wants to go the other route, to where he really won't be using his shield too much.
Holy shit, he's got 5 sorcery points. I don't even know what that's going to work out as.
Yeah.
As a bonus action on your turn, you can expend 1 spell slot and gain a number of sorcery points. That still makes no sense to me. I don't know what these fuckers do. You can have... Doesn't it, like, give you spell slots back or something like that if you use them? I don't know.
You can do it that way, or you can use them to basically cast, like, so you can use them to make more spell slots, or to use your meta magic, so the quicken spell or whatever else.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so once you hit
so
3rd
he's
level
got
and
5.
beyond, sorcerer becomes all sorts of fun because you can do anything with that class. It's crazy.
Shit, I don't think we set up... Oh, okay, he's the D6, okay. As a dwarf, he's got a hella good con. Okay. Ooh. Oh well. Them's the breaks, kid.
I hate my life. That's the second time.
Go
Damn.
ahead and re-roll it, Grady. I'm cool with that. It's a 1.
Oh my god, I love you.
I'll let it go.
Oh,
There
There
you
you
go.
Thank God.
You're welcome. I'm not a complete dick. Come on.
That would have been literally the second time I got a net 1 die.
Well,
How
I
is
did
it?
a nat 1 for Blast, but that's because I'm having to do his character. If he's not here, I'm gonna let him keep that shit. But you, you're here playing.
I would have
so
been at
I'll-
13 hit points still.
I think he's got 24 now. That's because he's got such a good Constitution score. Hey, Jimmy, did you get done leveling?
Yeah, I've been done for like 10 minutes.
Fuck. That was quick. Good job.
Bro,
I-
you should
all I had to
definitely
do
check
was
the
my-
chat here.
All I had to do was my health and type in that I chose the path of the totem bear.
Nice.
Jimmy, you
Pretty
should
easy.
definitely check out my chat though.
I've just been busy like coughing.
All right, I'm done leveling up. That took me a long time. Okay.
All right, so are we all back with a blast hard cheese as a NPC now?
Heck
Yeah.
yeah. Oh no.
Sorry, like
Try
I
to-
gotta finish Finn here. Almost done, sorry.
Dude, I've eaten an entire fucking bag of cough drops and they're not helping.
They
Sorry,
normally
bro.
don't.
I'm dying.
They just
Alright, I'm
they
back.
just ease the pain, you know. They don't really like do a ton.
No pain being eased over here.
Are we gonna be on the road again?
I can't wait to get back
Yep.
on the road again.
I can't wait to get back on the road again.
So let's get some traveling music because you guys are still in the caverns, but it's going to take you probably another half a day, I do believe, to get out of here. You guys have woke up, you've rested, you've ate some rations, you have some shiny shit to play with.
Are there any animals in the cavern?
Not really. I mean, anything that could have been there is hiding or gone. But kobolds, well, they eat anything, so yeah. Basically, if it moves, a kobold's going to eat it. It's going to consider it dinner. And they
Sorry
do
guys,
truly
I just
think-
gotta grab a couple quick paladin spells, and then we'll be good.
It's fine.
How you feeling there, big guy?
Good.
Do we have anything to eat?
Yeah, someone's got a rat.
You got rations, and there is one thing that you guys haven't partaken of is that in the last session, Bryn had given Thal the fire brandy and also the mead that she made for him.
You want to wake up and get drunk?
Wake
You
and
probably
drink?
won't. You probably won't get tore up from it, but
Oh, no. What if we
Put it in our ass.
soak some cloths in it and we like tampon the butt that shit?
what, like a Molotov?
Yeah, but it's going in our butts.
To
So you're gonna
bypass
put-
the liver. And get drunk
Bypass
fast.
our liver straight to the bloodstream.
I don't even know how that would work mechanically.
Well, I do a handstand and he climbs on my back to put it in. And
To
then
put
he
it-
does a handstand.
To insert the bottle into your rectum?
No,
I
like
mean,
a piece of cloth.
Can we not do this?
I'm so confused right now.
You get drunk faster if you do this,
It bypasses your liver and it goes straight to your blood.
but
Yeah,
I'm
hobos
trying
do
out.
it.
Yeah, they soak a tampon, put it in
Or
their
like
butt.
if your liver's failing because of
Oh,
like,
it
alcohol or
should-
legalized, that's what you do.
putting-
Yeah.
So you're putting it in your butt. Okay, well, I mean that's up
yeah,
to
like
you.
like an alcohol enema.
That's funny. Okay.
But yeah, we can wake and drink.
You do have that if you guys want to pass it around. It's a little chilly in the cavern, so it might warm you up a little bit.
I'll pass around the fire brandy.
Who's taking a drink?
I'll take a drink before they do this weird thing.
Constitution saving
pull out a
throw.
claw.
Constitution save?
Mhm.
Oof.
I'm a little tinkle pot, short and stout. This is my handle. This is my spout. As you start pissing all over the floor.
The hell?
Well, yeah, I'll take a drink.
It went a little to his head. It went a little to his head.
I'm like 45
same-
pounds, so.
Same thing. Make a con
D20?
save. If you click on your sheet where it says saving throws or say Constitution, all you have to do is click on it. Oh, you're fine. This is you just look at it and you're like, what the hell? This is good shit.
Should have put it up my butt.
I just want to point out that I only weigh 100 pounds.
You got double my weight there, sir.
Damn.
You just rolled really poor.
Ah, dwarves.
If I could
Filthy
breathe.
animals.
I haven't had anything to eat in a while.
Well, I'll be sure to go hunting for you.
Alright, guys, I'm good.
Yeah, you just
No,
rolled
you
poorly.
don't.
That's all.
Or are you
Here.
done leveling up? Is that what you mean?
That's what I meant. Why?
Well, they had to
What?
level up the paladin. So,
Yeah, I
No,
leveled
I
up
thought-
say,
I
does the
thought it was
paladin
like,
really
hang
need
on back.
spells? I mean, you know what he's gonna do with them anyway. Smite,
I
smite.
mean, yeah, it's
you know.
almost entirely Divine Smite, but I mean, it makes me choose him, so. And, I mean, he's got Cure Wounds now. There's a couple
You
other that
paladin
actually
or
could be
cleric?
useful. Paladin.
They don't normally use spells very much in 5e though, because all the spell slots
get
tend to go
laid
to their
hands.
divine strikes.
Divine Smite.
Well, whatever that is. It's
Yeah.
basically just a damage booster to their melees.
More or less. Anyway, I'm set now, though.
So you guys have started. You've had a good breakfast. Tinklepot clearly is pissed all over the ground as you see him over there, kind of wibbling and wobbling a little bit as he's walking on it with his staff. You know, he's just like woohoo. He had one swig of the brandy and it didn't really settle well with his stomach this early in the morning. Everybody else seems fine though. Everybody's had a nice little breakfast. You know, the Murgle offered to get you some food, but I'm assuming most of you passed. Or did you accept? I don't know.
What?
Good.
I said Murgle offered to give you some of their food if you'd like for breakfast.
No, I would much rather eat my own rations.
I figured as much. So you guys are going to be traveling, and you know, as you're climbing through the dungeon area, you're constantly going up. It's like you're coming through because when you started, you were at the base of like the canyon, and now you're like continuously going up. And just like she said, she didn't lead you wrong. You guys are constantly moving forward, then you finally come to the end of the cavern and you see the daylight. So let me go ahead and take you over to something, and then you're going to see something that's probably going to catch your eye.
Dibs.
You may not want to call dibs on this.
Oh, Grady.
Dead.
Dibs.
It's
Someone
like,
can have it.
it's a
Dead.
beholder. Sure thing. Go for it, Tinklepot.
Ew, what is that?
Where the fuck are we?
Ew.
Yeah, you guys have literally
Goddamn.
come out through you guys have come through the exit of this dark, dank cavern. You guys are looking above, and now you can see, you know, that what you have here. You see that there's this orc encampment here
He's huge.
that almost seems like it's came up overnight, but it's been here probably for a little while. The thing with where you guys are living at is that, you know, it's literally, you're in the middle of nowhere, so not too many people would venture too far out from the village. This is probably about 5 to 7 days away, roughly, depending on the terrain, depending on the weather. So the townspeople might not necessarily know or venture this far due to wild animals, things that go bump in the night, and danger. But if you look over
Where are we
here, you're not anywhere yet. I'm not putting you on the map. I'm letting you guys see from an aerial view because you guys are looking down from the cavern mouth.
Okay, so we're like
Gotcha.
far away on the mountain looking down at all this shit, right?
They don't know you're there, yeah.
Okay.
Are we like down?
You're
Up.
probably about 30 feet above
Okay.
the cavern lip. So right now you're still pretty far away from them, so they wouldn't necessarily know that you're there.
So
But
we're
for
like
the
up
sake
here.
of, yeah, you're pretty far away, but you're at a very advantageous height because you came this path. This path normally they wouldn't send anybody down due to the rumors of the undead that they've heard about, and they don't want to send even their cannon fodder there. So as you can see from the camp, though, that each soldier, just to for Titus's sakes, each one of these soldiers, they're orc soldiers. They have basic armor. They're
Okay.
spear wielding and they have shields. Each
Okay.
soldier represents 10.
Fuck.
There's a legion down there.
There's a
There's
legion
a
basically,
lot.
and you can also see from your past, they have 3 ballistae right there. They also have a mysterious figure in full plate mail upon a giant warhorse, and to his right there is a giant ogre with a nasty warhammer there.
Is that your brother, Thal?
No.
I mean, I mean, looking at all this, I just tell everyone there's no way in hell we're overrunning them.
Don't you see how ugly he is?
Think we should warn this down?
No. We will all die if we try and attack them.
What if I
asked if we should
convince
warn this
them
down.
that I am their brother?
I don't,
No.
Thal,
don't
I
think
really
that's something
appreciate the
Older is.
idea, but I don't think that'll work.
What if I give him an owl bear's head?
I still don't think that'll work.
I think it'd be best to steer clear for now.
Guys, I
Is
honestly
that-
don't know what to do here because that town
Is
will
this
not
the camp
will not
that we
survive.
eventually need to be in?
I'm assuming so.
So
They
as you
spoke
see-
orc.
So as you see them right now, they're basically the soldiers, and I'm not going to move them because that's just pointless. You can see that the guy in the back, you can't hear him because you guys are too far away, but they're basically running through drills right now. So there's really nothing that you can do other than just see that this is a surprisingly well trained, force. It's not huge, but for this area, that's impressive. It's enough to start a foothold. So what did you guys want to do? Were you guys wanting to try to gain some intel? Were you guys going to try to sneak around? What did you guys want to do with all this? Because this is what you can see.
Is this what we were coming to?
Well,
with that
remember,
orb?
Vac said, do what you can to either slow them down, stop it up from happening altogether, or gather information to see what the town could do.
I think we need Dex and not Gandalf's help on this.
I think we should gather some intel.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
night.
there's absolutely no way we can fight them.
I disagree.
Yeah, the
Thal.
town needs to get out of there.
Thal, there is no way that the 5 of us can fight them. Trust me, as someone who's been in many battles, I've seen a lot of war. We will not win this.
And you'll also take note that Jorn was trying to get the town ready, but the walls out in Silverleaf, they're mainly designed to keep wild animals out. With a ballista like that, though, one shot from that would shatter the gates.
I think we need to observe, see what all they have, report back to the town.
You should
Whenever
send
they
something on
they
your Raven.
call, yeah,
Can-
let's send.
Yeah,
the
that's a good
Raven.
idea. Can we see that figure right here of the lady inside the building?
If you
Can we see
you
her from
can't
our point?
see, well, yeah, technically, yeah, you should be high enough. So if you you guys got options. You guys got your Raven that you have.
We
I
also
do
have the
believe-
orb to see if that's them.
Orb.
That talking orb.
The sending stone. you
It
mean?
hasn't went off. It hasn't went off.
The
but-
stone can only originate from them.
Oh.
I do say,
Yes, I do.
honestly, whenever that stone goes off, I honestly think we should tell them that we ran into trouble in the caverns. We know we shouldn't have taken that route, but they need to send some people quick to help us out.
What if we just
that way
left
we
the
can whittle
stone
down
in
some
the
of them at
caverns?
least.
and they just assume we were dead.
That's okay too, but if we can get them to send like 10 orcs after us, we can at least cut down their numbers. I
Yeah,
don't
that's a
know.
good idea.
You also have beast shape now, right?
Yeah, Tinklepot can transform into like a hawk or whatever. So we've got a familiar, we've got Tinklepot.
So you
Those
guys
are
got
options.
options. You don't have to take them on head on, but you can either you can gather information. You might be able to find a way to slow them down too. Because remember, you're ahead of schedule. You know from what just based off what they were talking about, as they weren't going to be moving for about like 5 days, if I remember correctly. So you guys are like 3 days ahead of schedule right now. So right now they're not moving yet. They're just going through drills. You could try to overhear conversations. You could try to see what's going on.
Okay. So I have a plan. We try to get like 10 of them to go into the cavern, and then kill those 10, and then send one of their heads back with the stone inside of it to the lady right here.
That's not bad. I like
try
that.
to scare them off to think like it's not safe.
Honestly, I really do like that idea. We just have to wait for them to talk.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, what do we do? Do we send the scouting party? Like, do we send
No,
the
I
Onyx
can't turn into
Raven
a hawk
and-
yet.
What, Grady? What's your Tinklepot? What's your challenge rating that you can change into?
It's still 1, but I can't fly. I can't do anything
Oh,
with swimming
nothing
or
with a
flying
flying
speed.
I want to
speed?
go try to
Damn,
find a
okay.
familiar like in the woods. I want to go like find some woods.
So I could just turn into like a rat or something and go in.
That's dangerous, but if you want to do that, like, that'd be awesome.
I mean, I don't think a rat's gonna draw any attention.
Probably not. But if you get caught in there, it's just you, man. And you
He
get
also
a
has
booklet.
Pass Without Trace, though, that he
Yeah.
can cast
Yeah.
on himself.
Yeah.
So,
So
I
it's,
mean,
it's definitely
worth
worth
a
a shot. It's just dangerous. So, like, in character, Titus says, if Tinklepot, if you want to do this, we would be greatly appreciative. It's very dangerous. It's very brave, though.
Yeah, I'll do that. I don't. What do you want to do with the stone? Do you want someone to go back a little bit further into the cave?
I
so if
think
they don't
we
hear
should keep
signal?
the stone. Sure, yeah. Let's. I'll go ahead and take the stone. Me and Thal will go a little bit further back into the cave, with the stone in case they call us, and then we can like, oh no, we need help. That shit.
Okay, so we're on day 2.
you basically have 3 days before they're supposed to mobilize.
Okay. And how long until they're supposed to contact us? We were supposed to be there in 4 days?
Well, remember, like they were going to contact you, but once you went through the path, the stone didn't ring because you think that they think that you're dead. But if something happens where they randomly just ping the stone, they may contact from there.
Okay, so
Or maybe we should
there's-
just go down to like the natural road to avoid any suspicion. I don't know.
yeah. Well, here's what I'm thinking. There's
Yeah.
a large group of soldiers here. They got to eat constantly, you know, like they have to have hunters out patrolling, looking for food.
Right.
We can go hit some of those guys.
You possibly could, yes.
Yeah.
Try to limit their food supplies, make it harder, slow them down, slow down their mobilization. They
I mean,
can't
you're
lay
good.
siege if they need food.
You're good at that sort of thing. If you want to send your
There are some
familiar out,
boar
and
over here,
then-
though.
Yeah.
We can try to kill their boar.
Well, killing
You
the
notice,
animals,
right?
they can still come and harvest from the dead animal.
I can-
Killing their
I can like
hunters
get
is a
one
good
of those
idea.
boar to be my companion.
Okay.
Like, if you
Animal
look at the
defensive as
map
well.
right now, there's really not, like, any guards at the gates or anything right now. Because the ones that are out here, the soldiers, they're doing they're literally running through their drills. They're well organized. More organized than what you would give them credit for. The people inside, you see there's one who's basically training these tribal warriors, you know, yelling at them, you know, you can't hear him yet, but he's just yelling at them, trying to train them up. And then by a totem, you see looks like a shaman. But there's big buildings there that could have different things in them. Like there's buildings that could have
So,
supplies,
just to be
stuff
clear,
like that.
over here, all these guys are orcs, right?
These are all orcs, yeah.
Okay. And then in here, you said these are all actually tribal warriors, or like humanoids.
Yeah, those
or
are
whatever?
tribal guys. The guys
Okay.
that you guys ended up running
Right.
into the first time. Basically those are like what, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Like he's training 60 of them right now, basically.
Okay.
Then the shaman's just, she's doing her daily worship at
Right.
her at the totem there. But as far as like
Okay.
anything else goes, the base right now has been emptied because right now that's probably the maximum that they have at this particular moment in time.
I feel like Tinklepot, if you can change into a rat, we can probably get a really good idea of what they have in that base. We can get a good look at everything, see if there's any more enemies than what we see already. And then the rest of us, we can go ahead and like camp out by the road in case they call. Tall Shanks, you can send your familiar over in case we missed anything, and take out any hunters they have out in the wild. You're good at that stuff. You're good in the wild. And honestly, I don't think an orc is any match for you.
And they're my favorite enemy.
There you go.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's a good plan. I don't really know what better we
Well,
can
they
do
have
right now.
4 boar right now, so that will be what, 1 night's meal. So they'll have to go out and get
Sure,
more.
there's a
tomorrow
lot of
morning.
them. There's a lot of them. You can keep an eye out. Yeah.
All right.
It's a step 1 of war, right? Take off their supply lines.
Did you cast off their?
Yeah. I cast that off. Pass without trace.
So is that a 22 then, or is that
And
an actual
Tinklepot, I also give you
That's
guidance.
22.
Like, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I'm giving you guidance too. So it's a 22 plus a D4. There you go.
Awesome. 26.
So put yourself on the map where you want to start at first.
Like before coming down the mountain, or just like.
You can come down the path just
Okay.
because you're moving quickly, so don't worry about the aesthetics of it in this case. Just put yourself on the map. And tell
How
me where
does
you're
how does your B-Sape work too? Is it like 8 hours or?
I think it's 1. Hold on, let me check though.
Okay. That's probably important.
Equal to half your druid level rounded down. So we're 3 right now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so 1.
You'll need to make it quick. So where are you gonna put your character to start?
I'll start coming down this mountain. I feel like they're just running drills down here.
They're running drills, but if you want to hear conversations, you can go anywhere you want. So we'll just
I'm gonna start like behind this house to see what these guys are all doing over here.
Okay. You hear let's see, what are you? 5, 10, 15, 20, about 20 feet. So as a rat, they're not going to see you anything. You're just going to hear, "Put your backs into it, you worthless bloody bastards. I've been told I have to train you more because some of your dumb shit tribesmen have really fucked things up for me," as he's running him through basic drills with their spears, and you hear him going, and they're just constantly running through like actual maneuvers that an army would. Whereas your area, actually, I need you to roll a history check for me for the area. Might as well do it. You would not know. Okay, so you don't really know, but you notice that these people are indigenous, so they probably wouldn't be using these kinds of maneuvers per se, but you don't exactly know for sure. So that's what you hear from him, and then one of them, trips and he falls to the ground, and then the orc picks him up and just launches him, into the side of the building. He goes, "Clumsy fool!" He goes, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll do better. You're damn right you'll do better. And he starts swearing at him in Orcish.
All right. I'm gonna go into this building, sneak my way into here, and see if there's anything going on in here.
The building looks like it's more of a barracks per se.
Okay.
You feel like it's not. There's really only just a few things here and there as far as like orcs or like tribesmen go. It feels like it's been emptied out.
All right. What's this right here?
That is the shaman. You can go and see. It looks like she's participating in her daily worship there.
All right. I'll go see what's going on over in these like huts, I guess.
Those huts right there, as you're sniffing around, I need you to make an investigation check.
Is he finding weed?
No, he finds shit. Basically, from what you can see, is basic supplies, basic medical herbs. You'll notice there's foodstuffs, enough to like supply large groups of people.
Okay. And then same thing over here. I'm gonna wrap my way over.
So they have plenty of food?
Yeah. These food supply huts.
Does
Fresh
how
meat.
many days does like a food do they have?
Well, they're dried rations, so you probably think like grain, enough for them to last all winter.
Cool.
Because this time of year, it's fall right now. They've got enough gathered for like a siege.
So they're ready to roll.
Yeah, they're not fucking around.
Right. Looking through these huts over here now too.
Basic treasury. You'll see that there's one guard outside of the treasury there, so you'll just need to make a stealth check.
Oh god. Which I still have. All right, so that's a 31.
It's fine. He won't see you then.
All right.
So if you sneak in under the door, you'll notice that there's funds. Lots of funds, actually. Some of them that were probably confiscated from other things and other people.
All right, and then lastly, could I see through the fence over if I come back over here?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
go over there.
And I'll just look through the fence to see what they're doing, and if I could hear.
Mm-hmm. You hear them, and you hear the orcs as they've just looks like they finished their training bits, and you start hearing the big guy, or not the big guy, but the guy in the metal armor start to talk. Gentlemen.
Okay.
Yep. It'll be in
Is this the fat guy?
Nope.
No, it's the other guy.
The guy in the armor is
this guy.
actually probably much worse. Don't let the looks deceive you. The big fat guy, he'll do a lot of damage too, but I'd say the
Get
guy
hit
in
by
the
the
armor. Actually, I want you to roll. Let me see, what would that be? Roll me a charisma saving throw. You make it. So basically, you instinctively want to crouch and hide from this, because there's something about the man in the armor that's giving off an aura that would make you want to run away. It's making the hairs on your little body stand up. But you hear, if you want, you can listen to what he has to say to the soldiers.
I would like to. Yeah.
All
How
right.
much time would you say has passed?
30 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, then I'll stay and wait.
So you hear him as he goes before his troop. He steps up to him and goes, "A finer group of orcs I have never seen." And they go, "More talk." He goes, "That's right. This hour we shall begin a foothold. We shall cast off the chains that the orcish people have put upon us. They have labeled us as outcast." Then you hear the the orcs go, "More talk!" as they all slam their spears and their shields into their armor there to make a very loud, obnoxious noise. It goes, "This is the time where we shall push and we shall make a foothold into the lands of these humans. We shall gather goblins, orcs, any creature who's willing to follow us, and we shall build a force, and we shall take these lands, and then we shall eventually destroy the new Asgardians." And then you hear them all scream, "More talk, more talk, more talk, more talk," as he takes his hand and he raises it to the sky, and a purple beam of light shoots from his hand, and they just all scream and they cheer his name.
All right. Well, I guess I'll get out of here now.
Alrighty then.
And I'll just go report back to everyone. First to the people stayed back on the ledge, right? Not everyone
Yep.
went inside.
I think those of us on the ledge, I think we went closer to the actual road, didn't we?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Closer to the road and like not in the dungeon.
Right, because we want them to think we're coming up through the normal road.
What?
You guys didn't really go too far in.
I thought you went into the dungeon, so they thought if they pinged the signal.
But if they ping the signal, we want them to think we're on the road and need help there.
Oh, okay.
So that's where we went to. At least I
Okay.
thought that's what we decided.
No, that's whatever.
Okay.
I'll just come and tell you guys. So, the people on the outside looked like they were a lot more scary than the people on the inside. The people on the inside looked like they didn't really know how to fight well, except for obviously the orc in charge of them. The dude with the scary armor and stuff definitely had something magical about it. I don't know what it was, but he definitely has some sort of magical armor or weapon. His name is Mortok, and he's looking to build an army of not just orcs, anyone that'll fight with him, to I guess show people that they're not outcasts.
We should offer to fight with them.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I don't want to do that.
Defeat them from the inside.
I don't think. I
I
think.
don't know how that would work, though. I mean, I'll let it. Yeah, that'll be up to you guys. But at the same time, it's kind of like, even if you do get in, how are you going to beat them in a 3-day time period? There's like several of them. You know what I mean?
Town of them.
Well, we challenge him to a duel, and I slit his throat in his sleep.
What?
Let's have a
You do a
duel.
duel, but tomorrow, let me sleep in your.
First, let's not.
No, I challenge him to a duel. I earn his respect. He
Just
lets
kidding.
us stay.
Take it
I get drunk with him and slit his throat in his sleep.
I think a duel ends in death. I don't think a duel ends with.
Well, then I guess I don't have to kill him in his sleep.
I don't think I'll just go ahead and use this from Titus's background. I mean, when it comes to war, he's not going to accept a duel. He'll just either sick his minions on you,
Right.
or if he does anything himself, he's not going to do it alone. He's just going to kill you.
Look,
I mean,
these are
that's
orcs.
generally how it is.
All they care about is killing whatever's in front of them. Even if you slit the throat of their leader, all 100 plus of them will attack us at once. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, and Tinklepot, from what you get, when you hurt them, they're very, very fanatical. They're not. This is different because, like, if you go back, somebody roll me a history check. Could be anybody. I don't care.
Oh god, someone
Not
else.
that one. Okay. You don't know shit. You don't know shit.
John knows something.
You don't know shit.
I got a 18.
Okay, then you do know shit. Okay. The orcs. Hold on just a second. the orcs in the world of Midgard actually do have a land of their own. It's a little arid, but they do have an island off their coast where they can grow food. They're their own community. Like, they generally leave people alone. I mean, there's offshoots, of course, because of their natural orcish heritage, where they're always going to want to fight. But the majority of the race nowadays, even though they're warrior-ish, they're shamanistic, they're not actively looking to take, but there are some situations where groups like this will form and will try to branch out on their own. So it's not like the populace can hold all of the orcs to that kind of standard, because it's kind of racist. But, there's occasions where some of them will come to power, and they'll start trying to form groups like this.
Okay.
But when they do form groups like this, they're normally not this well organized or this dangerous. I mean,
I fucking hate orc.
when's the last time you saw orcs in military, like arrangements with siege weapons and running drills like you would normally see with your soldiers?
Right.
Something's different about this cat.
They're organized. They're different. They're something
Ready to
else.
take over the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're super ready to go for Hitler-esque. Hitler and the
Who's-
Nazis.
Who is this Hitler you speak of?
Oh, it was like Stalin.
Oh, I know who that is.
Mussolini?
Very, very fanatical, and they're like, you get the feeling when you were listening to them, they would gladly lay down their lives unconditionally for him.
His charisma is a 20.
It's pretty
so
high.
you guys want to pick them off one by one?
Like, I don't know how that would be feasible with these guys, but
next
like
3
right now
weeks.
it's daytime. But you could you got 3 days. You
Yeah.
could try to do something in the cover of night. You could try. Right now, these guys are busy outside the army. They're outside, so you guys could try to possibly sneak inside, do something. You could wait
I
for
should
the
have taken
cover of
animal
night.
messenger.
Can we just burn their entire village down?
I want to get one of those boars of familiar.
How are we gonna burn their village down without them?
I say we
touching
kill
us?
these 6 motherfuckers. We kill this big bad guy, and we get
What
those boar
6
free.
Flaming
motherfuckers?
arrow.
What are you talking about?
These guys.
That's 60. Each one is
60.
10, bro.
60.
Each
Well,
one
that's too many
at-
motherfuckers.
Each one is 60.
Oh, it's just
Or I mean, each
360.
one is
one is
10.
10.
I'm sorry.
There's
Each
60.
one is 10. So
Can we shoot a flaming arrow?
Who has a
Yeah, does
flaming arrow?
Blast have like fireball or something that can?
Oh,
He has fire bolt, but that doesn't really catch stuff on
Can we
fire.
light a
not
torch?
that. Like anything.
he
Other-
also has flaming hands.
So burning hands, sure, but again, that
Burn the
doesn't really
barracks down.
catch a lot on fire.
Yeah, it
And
would.
if-
I mean, it would. I mean, depending on what you did. I mean, you would just have to.
I mean, yeah,
plan
like, this is
accordingly.
wood. Like
Mhm.
this would 100% catch on fire. The fence around it.
It all looks like wood
sure.
and straw.
Yeah.
That's the spell, guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's what burning hands does.
You also have torches too, though.
Yeah, a 15
So
foot
we
cone,
can
that's
burn
a lot
some
of fire,
stuff,
though,
but
John.
again, look, here's the thing. What the hell does burning their fucking home down do? Does that diminish their numbers? Does that weaken them?
I mean, it would get rid of their post here and all their food.
What does that do other than let them know that we're here?
It
Destroys
would
their
delay
food,
them.
maybe? But then, we're
Okay.
Yeah, it would-
Like,
it would
I
definitely
mean,
delay
I
them.
guess I'm outvoted here. I just don't see the benefit. So if that's
It
what you
would
guys want
delay-
to do, then
okay,
do
well,
it. But
I mean, I'm saying that's not the way to go about it right now, because he has to get really close for that. But if we could figure out another way to do it,
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's viable. I mean, it's like, but again, you have to be careful. You'd have to be very stealthy. I mean,
Yeah.
anything you could do to slow down an army is not a bad thing per se. I mean, if you're taking out their food supply, yeah, that's going to suck. It's not necessarily going to completely hinder them, but it's not like it would be a bad thing either. As far as like anything else goes, trying to whittle their numbers might be impossible, to be honest. At this particular junction, you could try to do what you can to to slow them down, maybe get more information, but you're probably going to want to get to Jorn and get them to pack up their stuff and get out of there. You're going to have to convince him, because Jorn's stubborn. He's been there for 30 years and he's not going to want to leave his home. But if they don't, they're going to get overran. I mean, there's only what, like 50, 60 people in the village.
Right, like they're done. So, I mean, do we have any way of poisoning their food supply? Like, that's something that might actually do something.
That is true.
Anybody have any of that
poison shit?
Does anyone have a way to make
anything.
poison? Ranger, that's kind of like
Probably
you
be like
more than
a,
anything. I don't really
Right,
know.
because like we can go find some like mushrooms or something that like shuts down kidneys and shit.
Right, like I don't know if that's. I mean, I don't know. I'm a freaking cleric. I'm a warrior and a holy man. I don't know anything about this stuff, but
that's fine though.
Well, we're a couple days ahead of schedule. We
Right.
should go to the woods. We should figure out how to. I mean, we could send our raven back and warn them, but we still have a couple days time before this.
that's a
group
good
does
idea.
anything.
Can you talk
Do you
to the
have it-
raven? Do you know?
Yeah. Do you have
Yeah.
Do you have animal?
hold on. I wrote
what's it called?
its-
Animal message or something?
I have a summon familiar item. The
Yeah,
Onyx
so if
Raven.
you
Oh wait, hold on. Let me see if my staff has it. So you don't have to use a spell slot.
It's not a spell slot.
Okay.
it's not the Onyx Raven will just be able
That's
to use
amazing.
it.
Like if we can use that to
So,
send a message back to
Nivera,
town, that's
And
incredible.
then my Onyx Raven comes in out of my pack.
So tell the Raven what you want to say, and who are you wanting to send the Raven to?
I wanted to
Zorn.
send it to not Gondoff.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell him. What's his real name? Dak.
VAK.
Alright, Vec. I need you to get the people and get them out of there. You're the only one who can convince Jordan. There's a huge army of orcs looking to
210 plus.
210 plus orcs plus 60 plus tribesmen, and they're looking to take over the village and destroy it. They're trying to conquer the world. You need to get the people out of there. And that's what I'm sending.
As you close your message, the Raven squawks and flies off into the distance. It'll probably take it as the crow flies. It probably wouldn't take more than half a day, I would say.
Alright, I can use 2 charges to locate some plants. Some poisonous plants.
Well, can we all go down to the road?
You can go
Sure.
anywhere you want right now. Yeah.
I think we should probably stick together.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you guys want to find some poison?
Yes. Anything
So-
we can. And I need a familiar, so I need to find something.
And for shits and giggles, let's just say there's a well over there for water.
Ooh, Thal can take a dump in it.
Hey, man, I mean, like, shit in water.
Biological
will make
warfare.
them- yeah,
Yeah, for real.
it's not a bad idea.
There you go.
Nice circle.
It's like
Throw
a
those-
really poorly drawn nipple with a boob.
Throw those skeletons in there. I mean, whatever. Like, whatever it takes.
Alright.
Make it reek
So
of death.
I'm gonna use 2 charges and focus on any type of poisonous plant. It says anything within 5 miles.
Ooh. All right. Let's see. What kind
If
of
any are
poisonous
pre- if
plants can
any are
we
present.
find? All right. Time to go to Google. Googity goo goo goo.
Bet you didn't expect this, DM, did you?
Fuck no.
Yeah, on forage as well.
Didn't think we were going to get to this portion tonight. So, yeah. But hey, I like it. Keeps me on my toes.
I still think we should save those boar. That's the real victory.
Yeah, I could get them to run out. I can talk to them.
I can too. We can let
Ah, here we go.
Could tag team it.
So,
I have animal
you locate
and speak
Same.
animal.
Same.
Not too far from the caverns, there's like a water area. I'm not gonna make a map because that's just a waste of time. But you'll come to notice that there's a plant called water hemlock, closely related to poison of hemlock. This is a poison that was very closely related to killing Socrates. You can, if you boil this plant down, you could make it into a poison that way. It causes like if it gets let me see what it does here. Okay, Valley water hemlock resembles queen of mace.
Do we still have the
Um,
pot from
You do.
the kobold?
You do. Ironic. Didn't plan that either. Funny how things work out that way, right? When you don't plan it and it just happens to work
And
out.
I do have my rat still.
So basically, if it's ingested, it'll potentially fatal symptoms to anyone unlucky enough to eat it or drink it. It's painful convulsions, abdominal cramps, nausea, and death are common. And those who survive are often afflicted with amnesia or lasting tremors.
Alright, so we can forage some poison, go back through the tunnel, warn the people, and then maybe figure out some way to poison them, toxic, that like give them some type of poison or that hemlock shit. But yeah, I mean, is there any? I think we could make it so they can't attack the town, so people won't have to evacuate.
I don't know if that's possible, but it's worth a shot. Like
Look,
I said,
they're not
this is
gonna.
very open.
They're not gonna want to evacuate. Is the thing.
It gives us a plan B.
Right. The plan A is get the fuck out of there because it's not worth it. But I mean, if we can't talk them into it, it's great to have another option.
The plus thing is even though the nearest town to Silverleaf is about 5 to 7 days journey away, the town that's closest actually is a really large town though, and it's walled. It's defensible. It's the city of Dagnan. It is defensible, and it has a lord there, Lord Dagnan, and it can actually defend against something like this.
Let's go there.
You're way far away from that, but the people could at least leave there and go there.
Go there too. Okay.
Because you're getting the message to Vag, and let's be honest, Vag.
That's where they would go.
Yeah, that's where they would go. Like in your journeys with Vag, you would know that Vag actually has a residence there that he actually uses as a home base, for the wilderness areas. He's been all over the place, but he does have a home there that you've been to a few times. The Lord has soldiers. He has walls that were basically those ballistae. It would take more than that to get through to those. But you can see by this though that they're just trying to establish a foothold. So even though it doesn't look like he has a ton of soldiers yet, that doesn't mean that there won't be more to come once the word gets out that he's like that Silverleaf is gone. Small villages clearly have probably already been taken out, just based off the loot that you see them hoarding and establishing. I mean, when's the last time you seen orcs with a bunch of grain?
Yeah. So
Yeah, they're not really farmers.
I'm thinking we can boil down this stuff into poison, and then could I cast minor illusion to make it look like there's a hole in the boar pen?
What's the point of it though?
Because if we also do speak with animals, we could have them like get a little rambunctious and make like a scene to distract the guards over here, and then maybe someone can try and sneak in through the gate to poison the food.
It's possible.
I think we go to Dagnan with the poison, tell him our plan, and see if we can get him on board.
So we're just getting. Wait, who's Dagnan?
The city of Dagnan is 7 days away from Silverleaf.
Yeah. How far are we? Like 4 days?
Well, you went 2 days through the cavern, but typically it would be 5 days from Silverleaf to here. You're really far away. But if the people will evacuate...
2 days?
Yeah, if we're going
Yeah,
anywhere, we
you
should
cut
go
your
back
time
to
in
the
half by
city.
going through the cavern. You cut your time in half by going through the haunted caverns, so that only took you about 2 days to get here. So you have 3 before they were going to move out. Typically, if you would have taken the main roads, it would have taken you about 5 days to get here from Silverleaf. You took a shortcut through a haunted dungeon.
What are you thinking, Titus?
Don't put this on me, man.
You're the waterman.
I am. Alright, what
I'll
are
throw
our
my pen out
options?
there. We could boil down the poison right now
Right.
and try to make a distraction for someone to sneak in and poison the food right now.
Right.
We could, and honestly, other than that, the only thing I can think of is literally just going back to the city right now, making sure people are evacuating.
We can go with everybody to Silverleaf.
Damn.
Dagnan.
I think.
Make sure they get there
okay.
safely.
I think Titus looks at both Tinglepot and Tallshanks and asks them both if either one of them thinks, under cover of night, they can sneak in and poison the supply here.
Sneak past a bunch of orcs? No problem.
All right, so Tallshanks will sneak in with the
Okay,
poison.
so Tallshanks seems very, very confident. What about Tinklepot? What do you say?
I can sneak up at least to the fence, I think, and create distractions with the boars.
Okay, if the two of you are leaving it up to me, my decision is to have Tinklepot create a distraction as an animal so that you can get away fine, free, whatever, away from where Tallshanks would poison the supply.
Yeah.
That's
so the food
what...
is right here, and the boar are right here, so I would be over here.
Okay.
Pretty much on the other side of the
that.
fence.
That is what Titus would say. Right. If it, like, based on those reactions, I have faith in my party members. Tallshanks thinks for sure he can get this taken care of. I trust Tinklepot. He's Tinklepot. Goddamn, Tinklepot. He's been with us for a while. If he says he can help out, I trust him. He can draw everyone there, and Tallshanks will take care of the poisoning. That'll at least help us.
the lay of, like, the city, so where the food is, and then the barracks is right here, where they're all going to be sleeping, most of them at least, except for like a guard who will probably be going toward the boar pen. Yeah, there was also a guard pretty close to the entrance on the left side, where they had their treasury. But you shouldn't be even going that direction. You should be going towards the right, so.
So for the sake of me not having to delete this army here, just pretend like right now that they're gone, they're done for the day. I'm putting the bad guys in the keep. They're in that big area here. The upper floor, of course, that would be for Mortok. And then this big fatty over here, he's just going to be somewhere. I don't know where to stick him. But you'll know, since it's getting dark, they'll post like a couple guards out here at night.
Before we skip to night, what time of day is it? Like,
well, you guys left in the morning.
Get the poison still.
Like, while we were getting the poison, like, what time of day is it?
It was morning when you got here, and you sent the bird out. So, like, if you gather the poison, it's probably going to take you only a couple hours. But you'll have to boil it. And it'll, like, do you have anything to put it in, basically? Pot. Okay, just the pot. Okay.
Oh, okay, it doesn't matter. I can shapeshift twice for having to do a long rest, so never mind.
Okay, so you still have one more. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have
That's
any
why I
of
was
them,
asking. 'Cause I was like, I
Yeah.
might need to rest before.
Do you guys have any vials or anything like that on you that you've used or
I have
kept?
a water skin from the fire ale or whatever.
Oh, there you go. You can use that to put that in, so that way you can make it easier to carry. I couldn't imagine carrying a pot down there. Would be very sneaky. It'd slosh everywhere too.
Yeah.
But you'll since there's been some time, let's see how many. What I said, a few hours this morning. So are you boiling the stuff now?
Well, will we get poison hemlock? Why don't we just crush it down and just like sprinkle the
Because the way to
powdered
make
remains?
a poison was to boil it.
Oh, okay. Do it chemical active when it boils.
Yeah. So I guess it just goes into the water. It like dissolves into the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just like a potion, you know.
Like
it'll probably.
So,
Like
so
while
you
you're
could poison the
boiling it.
food, and if you feel like you can make it all the way over to the well, go for that as well. Heh. But
I see what you did.
that is
there.
pretty close to the boar pit, so just be careful if you do attempt to do that.
I want one of those boars as my beast companion.
You know, there's a chance that that it'll get out.
I don't know how you're gonna get it out of there though.
Well,
There's guards.
maybe one. Yeah. Well, you know, maybe they open the gate and it.
Are
runs
these just
to the
one,
deck.
or are they like a group
It would be
inside?
okay.
Okay.
What was that?
Because
Or
in the
is it-
evening they'll have horns though.
Yeah.
So was this just one, or was this a group of?
I'm
10?
gonna make it one.
Okay.
For army's sake, it would be 10, but for this sake, we'll call these as one guard apiece, like
This-
night
this
watch. But they will have horns that will wake everybody up.
Well, whenever
So
you're
are you
ready to go
making
on.
your poison, or what are you doing?
Yeah, so we'll boil the poison. Tall shank, so you're throwing it in your
Okay, so I have the poison.
water skin or whatever it was.
Well, I would have to use Thal's water skin.
It's
Give me
empty
that.
anyway.
Yeah. Can I use that, buddy?
Dale? His mic's muted.
What?
Oh,
I
there
was
he is.
in a coughing fit.
Can I use that water skin, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, so I got the water skin filled with some poison, and I'm thinking to myself, I should probably put it in the well over the rice because I could just water supply poison is like the ultimate goal.
So
I
you're
think
going for the well first?
Yeah, I think that's all I would do with that. It was just like pour it in the well. Instead of
Not
try to
the
pour it
food?
all over their food supplies, because they're gonna drink the water.
So about now is when you're seeing your raven starting to come back in the air.
All right. So, what's that got to say?
It's got a parchment in its claws.
All right, so I take open the parchment and start to read it.
It's going to be in Vac's voice. Oh, my fine adventurers, you've done very well in giving me this information. John is very difficult to convince, but in lieu of the numbers, he is no fool. I will gather the people. You know, I've had to kind of tickle his ribs a little bit, but when you said there was ballistae and a big, huge ogre, even his own stubborn pride is coming to his senses. We will have enough time to gather our things. It should take us about 7 days, but I can get us to the city of Dagnan. I have some contacts there. If you do happen to find a way to slow them down or destroy some of them, hell, why not? But the Lord Dagnan might be able to be a more defensible place. We may have to give up some ground now, but that doesn't mean that the fight is over, gentlemen. Unfortunately, Jorn is very distraught, but as I have told him, all things Must be getting new. Can't help it if you got a bunch of angry orcs trying to kill you, right? Anyway, thank you for your service. Do what you can. Godspeed. Not getting it.